Hard magic versus soft magic. What is it, and where does Verity Vox and the Curse of Foxfire fit along the spectrum? A hard magic system has a lot of rules, laws, boundaries, limitations. The reader typically understands all of the rules, all of the laws, all of the hows and whys of the magic system. Circumstances that have to be met in order for the magic wielding characters to use the magic in a specific way. One of the most famous authors that is a big fan of hard magic systems are authors like Brandon Sanderson. His fantasy books, his magic users often have like very strict rules, very strict circumstances that must be met in order for the magic to be used. Then there are soft magic systems. This is usually where you only have like one magic wielding character in the book. The reader may not fully be informed of every single how or why of the magic system. I grew up reading a lot of books with soft magic systems. I have often comped Verity Vox and the Curse of Foxfire to books like The Dark is Rising sequence by Susan Cooper. Susan Cooper's old ones, like What is Will? He's an old one. What can old ones do? I don't know, let's find out together. I've often comped Verity Vox and the Curse of Foxfire to books like The Dark is Rising or The Lost Years of Merlin or something like that, because those books are not necessarily about the rules of magic or the limitations of magic or the circumstances of magic. It's more, as C.L. Polk said in their blurb for Verity Vox, the burden of magic. Now, I will tell you, there might be readers reading Verity Vox and the Curse of Foxfire and say it's a soft magic system, the hows or whys of the magic aren't fully explained, but that is because you're probably used to a more European or more like fantasy version of magic systems, not instead something like North American folk magic as you might find in nonfiction books about North American folk magic, like New World Witchery by Dr. Corey Thomas Hutchison. It isn't that there aren't systems of magic inside of Verity Vox and the Curse of Foxfire, it's that they are based in systems of magic that we don't often see in fantasy novels. So they exist. However, if you are going into this, you don't know stuff like this, it's totally fine to categorize this as a soft magic system. That's totally fine. Anyways, if you like soft magic, Verity Vox and the Curse of Foxfire is going to scratch that itch. If you are somebody that reads fantasy novels, wants their magic wielders to have a lot of rules, hard laws, and constraints and stuff that you, the reader, are aware of, like from the beginning, or are informed about in detail as the plot goes along, this probably isn't going to be for you. This might actually be a little bit of a disappointment because the whys of the magic aren't necessarily as integral to the plot. Anyways, hope this helps. Thank you. Goodbye.